Hey Cancer, how are you? This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your love reading for this week. And guides are talking about last week. It was a challenging week for all the water signs. And if you just look at the cards that are standing there, we see that things are beginning to come to a better place. There still is some mystery. There's still some questions, some lack of clarity, perhaps. We're going to develop a line for your partner over here. You see that? Justice. Your partner wants justice in whatever that means for that person and within the relationship. So if you look at the oracle cards, we see that the first card is the beloved. So Cancer, whoever you're dealing with, this person is very precious to you. They, check it out. Do you see that? You're holding somebody's heart in a way that's very tender, very careful. Like, don't drop this. If you had my guys are talking about a precious piece of crystal or something, and you got to be real. Okay, they're saying tender, but also careful with the heart of this person that you're dealing with. And it's also obviously true for yourself. Make sure going forward to take care of your own heart. My guys, we're just talking with Pisces. Go look at the Pisces reading. All right. So you are the beloved, and there's somebody in your life who, for whom you feel these feelings, and there they are. Okay. Look at that. Right. Lion-hearted love, big love. My guides are saying, see this couple. I love this card. It's the Three of Wands. So standing on the shore, right, looking forward into a new life adventure with somebody, right? So male and female, yin and yang. Don't get stuck on gender. Look widely. All the things that all readers say, true here at Moonrise Cottage Soul Tarot, okay? So you have cups. I love the dual messaging in this card. This couple looks at each other. They have no doubt, but they have many questions. They don't know what's going to happen, and they have to stand like the traditional Three of Wands, where you kind of stand alone with yourself on the shore, watching the ships approach, trying to decide what journey you're going to choose. That's what's going on with these two, right? They look at each other. They're clasping their hands together. They know they're bonded, but they don't know what's going to happen. And it's just feeling very good, but very mysterious. They know that there's a giant journey coming forward because of the relationship. All right. So interesting about that. And the fact that we have the beloved, gosh, is Mercury in retrograde? I've been tripping over my tongue all day. So the blade, something is meant to be severed. And we see here this message as the theme, and that is the Ace of Cups. Okay, in this deck, it's a prophecy, right? The augury of art, the art of loving, the art of manifesting love energy in your life. That's what this couple is intent on doing. That's the journey they're going to take. But this is you in these moments, in this week, working your spells and your magic, and you're saying your prayers and incantations upon the sacred vessel, out of which all abundance comes. It's about the beginning of happiness. It's about manifesting, my guides are saying lately, all the factors of Venus, right? Love, beauty, harmony, wealth, abundance in every way. So this is what you're doing this week, Cancer. And I think it's a little bit in response to the things that happened last week. My guys are talking about last week. It was hard. So you are meant to use your abundance, your ability to be a manifester, to cut away that which does not serve you. Because sometimes it's that which we cling to that causes, okay, my guides just said, factors of disordered destiny, whatever that means. Okay, so the blade is a sacred shamanic tool. It's meant to be used to free yourself. It is not meant to be used as a weapon. And when it's pointing upward, it is about freeing yourself. It's about connecting to the divine. All right, and we see a connection here. So the next oracle card, fire. I mean, look at the heat and the passion it's very interesting. So some of you may still be going through some challenges connected to the blade. Something's meant to be released, perhaps through a very fiery process. So there are factors of release, and you can't see it, but look, there's a candle here, and I'm feeling the heat of the candle while I'm trying to hold up the card. This is beautiful. So, you might be dealing with a fire sign, right? But whatever's going on, there's a lot of passion, and something is being consumed and burnt away. And fire can be a very healing. Okay, my guides are using a weird word. Hang on, I can't quite grasp it. Spirit, what are you saying? They're saying prospect and propensity and things like that. Yeah. So together with the blade, there's still something intense going on. Fire is a very healing element. So be decisive. Use your blade when it comes to what you're trying to manifest. Clearly, you're going to have to get rid of something that's not serving you. Very interesting. So, and along that theme, this is your partner's energy. Okay? The blood dance. So, Cancer, what's going on? Intense, whatever it is, still from last week. Like we see the waters of healing here and the desire for justice. That's what your partner wants. Let me take a look. Let's see here. Hang on one second. I put my little granny glasses on. So the blood dance. The heart craves life and the blood responds. In relationship to each other, life happens. The desire and the action, the movement of cycles, the drawing in and the letting go, rushing to the center and pushing far away to the extremities. This is the cycle of relationship, dancing between the self and the other, into oneness and into individuality with yourself. So it is with human beings and relationship with each other, and with human beings and the divine essence. Interesting. We can be lonely for the warmth of the center and crave that feeling of being at home. And soon enough, we will be called back to the core of the divine heart as this cycle continues. Remember that you are always in this dance of life. You are never apart from the divine. It is just that sometimes, in our natural flow, it is easier to feel the divine presence than at other times. So this oracle brings you confirmation that you are connected to divine source. If you are experiencing a phase of feeling cut off from yourself, from your body, from another, or from the divine, even from your own feelings, spiritual connections, or intuitions, be reassured that this is temporary. It is part of the cycle of life. Soon all connection will return with greater warmth and nourishment for the self. If you feel you've been journeying in your life and fear that you've lost your way, do not trouble yourself. You are never far from the divine heart. You will always be called home to yourself. So interesting. Clearly your partner's going through something, right? I like it. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to put this right here. Yeah. All right. You know what? I think we're going to start there today because that's where the energy's going. So your partner is, they may be feeling cut off. They may have cut themselves off. You may be dealing with someone who's just going through a transformational process. That's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. My guides are saying, yes, that's it. All right. And they're not feeling it. My guides are saying they want justice. They're feeling that whatever the situation is, it's very unjust. And there have been a lot of challenges and arguments. Okay. Five of Swords means change through, oh my God, it's just an argumentation, right? So there's change coming. Something's being cut off. Cancer, while you're trying to manifest love and togetherness and go on a journey, this is how your partner's feeling. I think on some level, my guides are saying they're with you, yet they're kind of realizing they don't want this. They may have won the battle, but it gives them no pleasure. It didn't give them what they wanted. And what they wanted was justice. And so as a result, this is how they're feeling. 10 of Wands, right? It's over. Their desire and their passion has come to a place of being burdensome in their life. And they're tired. They're clearly upset. They clearly feel they're going through some sort of injustice. and they just really want to put the wands down because it's so heavy. They don't know how they can bear it. And because it's aligned with the Justice card, it's the feeling that they have inside of them that something is burning, this blood dance. They're feeling disconnected from themselves, disconnected from the divine, disconnected from you, unfortunately, right? And then the Justice card, they want justice. Whatever it is they want inside the relationship, they're not getting it. And, they're at some point, we all do, we put the wands down and we walk away because we cannot carry it. So the universe trying to help them reawaken from whatever the burden is within themselves that's keeping them from feeling this notion and attaining the desire for justice, because it's perfectly aligned with the Five of Swords. Perfect, right? You win the battle, you're feeling all smug, but you know what? It's a hollow victory, because people just drop their swords and go, whatever, it's just not even worth our time, our breath. Whatever, take the swords. Here's my sword. You take that. I'm going home now, right? And you see how this person's looking at the people who are walking away as if, oh, wait a minute, I thought we were going to fight some more. And yeah, I won. And you suck. And it's just that kind of weird stuff, okay? And it's that stuff, my guides are sounding like that stuff, that piece of stuff that's bringing forward the change. And it's the feeling. Do you see how your partner has their back turned away from justice? They cannot find the justice in the situation, whatever the challenge is. So it's going to bring them to an awakening. And when they have their awakening, they're going to put the wands down. Maybe they'll walk away from the fight. Maybe they'll walk away from gee whiz. I was going to say the factors of self, but look, there's the Five of Wands. So we got Five of Swords, just cutting battles, really, maybe cutting words, thoughts, mental torture, fighting with their own mind. And then Five of Wands, passionate fighting. Just feeling beset upon by the situation, as if there is no justice and there is no awakening that can come from this. So clearly, whoever you're dealing with, they're a bit stuck. And look, Nine of Swords, intense amounts of anxiety. So, Cancer, it's interesting because on some level, you're coming to a place of peace and beauty and moving forward and but what's going on over here? This is very interesting. And look, Seven of Swords, right? Someone who wants to get away, someone who does something perhaps unscrupulous, or just the desire. See how they're looking over their shoulder? They just want to get away from this. They want to gather up the swords in order to have a victory, perhaps using some kind of deception or lack of total presence or something. There's Cancer, I don't get it. So I'm looking forward to seeing these cards over here. All right. All right, Spirit, please. You know what? Let's shuffle. Okay, I'm going to ask my guides. Please give us clarity for Cancer's beautiful partner. What is it that's troubling them so deeply? Spirit, what is it? Yeah, look. Okay, so interesting. Ooh, there's two here. Yeah, okay. All right. Do you see that? Six of Pentacles. Again, they're just feeling like there is a lack of parity, my guides are saying. There's lack of equal sharing. They're feeling lack. They're reaching out for help. They just feel like the situation is just completely unbalanced. And they don't have what they need. That's what it is. And you see that's where that sort of deception stuff is coming from, or that sort of continuing to be in the swords mentality. Yeah, okay. They feel out in the cold. Cancer, what's going on? This looks awesome. I don't get it. So, it might be, Cancer, that you are working through your process And this person is either not able to, last week, if you haven't seen last week's reading, go check it out, okay? It was very impactful. It was really intense. So for your partner, whatever that issue was, is not over. And you're still, I don't get it. Maybe you left somebody and this is how they're feeling. And there's somebody new standing there. Because 3 of Wands is new journey. So yeah, for some of you, that's what's going on. Oh boy. So, if you're concerned about your partner, the one who's finishing a cycle, standing in this extremely defensive, ongoing factors of just needing to be in battle or feeling embattled, feeling the imbalance, feeling out in the cold. We do see justice here, and we do see judgment. So I think this person is just going through a really difficult cycle. The factors of awakening are there, but they can't see it. And I love how judgment and justice are touching each other at the corners, the same way the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Swords are. There's a stalemate going on, I think. Right, Spirit, tell us more about Cancer, please. What's going on? Yeah. Okay, so some of you are breaking up, gang, I think. King of Wands. Done with his battles. His shield is on the wall. He's making shoes for a new journey. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, okay. More notions of battle. Notions of difficulty, having come through a very difficult test, if you will, in order to bring your destiny forward, you had to go through some challenges. That's what this generally is about. Okay, the warrior of knowledge. Coming through this moment in order to put yourself, hang on a second, my guys are talking. All right, so aligned with the King of Wands, who's the ultimate creator, right? Power, passion, manifestation, creation. King of Wands wants to change something. All right, well, let me just make some new shoes because I'm a shapeshift now. And it might be a challenge for me. I might have to go through some battles. Look, the Tower. Okay, go look at Pisces. This came out for Pisces. So whatever the cycle was that was going on last week, it continues in your life in some way. You were doing your best to cut out that which does not serve you. And it's really intense. It's male energy, big bang kind of stuff in your own life, Cancer. And we see how it's affecting your partner. So you might still be locked in battle. And while you're locked in this battle for yourself, for your partner, trying to manifest love in your life with somebody, interesting. Yet you're making shoes for a new journey. And you are, yeah, okay. So here's what my guides are saying from a story point of view. All right, the King of Wands put his shield on the wall. He's intending to have a new journey, a new life. He sees it coming. He's preparing. He doesn't want to fight anymore. And yet, there it is. He's got one more fight, I think, one more test, one more challenge. And so because he's the King of Wands, he steps straight into it and he just obliterates it because he is the King of Wands. Here's the next card. Okay, another king. King of knowledge. Okay, love it. New growth. My guy said shape-shifting. I was going to say transformation. That's what the garments indicate. He's got his cup in his hand. What the heck is going on here, Cancer? So, there's a lot of passion. There's a lot of abundance. This is a common man who rose to be the king. He's very wise, and there's something about your situation. See how happy he is? He's content. He's daydreaming about how awesome his life is. Because he now has the factors of abundance to be able to sit in this place, connect with the spirit realm, all those kinds of things. So whatever the part of you that's the king of skill, whether you're a man or a woman, okay, all the things that readers say, maybe you're preparing for a difficulty. And you know there's a tower moment coming. Very interesting. I've never seen this come out before like this, Cancer. So you're using your own. Okay, my guys are talking about inheritance. Spirit, what is it you're talking about? Hang on. Let me see. What do we got going on? Okay, your inherent wisdom about love, because you are. Hang on a second. I'm mixing up the cards. Thank you, Spirit. Because you are thinking about, you're using your innate skills to manifest what you want. And you have to go deep into your power well to finish a cycle, to bring something forward. And this is what you're bringing forward. Major Arcana, the Destiny, the Star card, the Dreamer of Growth. That's what you're, thank you, Spirit. That's what you're daydreaming about. You're daydreaming about factors of growth. Wow. Okay. 7 of Wands. Feeling embattled. Feeling defensive. Fighting things off. And look, the line that it's in. Cancer, what's going on? All right, all my Cancer friends, write me some messages. Because this is... Okay, my guides are saying things like culmination of a cycle. You know, you might be going through something with your partner. Since we're talking about partnership, some of you are ending something and your partner is very distressed. Very distressed. They feel out in the cold. They're worried about money. That's part of why, thank you, Spirit. Part of why they're fighting and being deceitful, and I think they are very defensive. 7 of Wands, 7 of Wands. There may be some arguments about money. If you're trying to end a cycle with someone, this is part of what they're burdened about. So maybe you need to just come forward and have that discussion if it hasn't happened yet. If you're really breaking up with somebody, okay? It might be that within the partnership, you're fighting about money and you're feeling all abundant and all that. And your partner's frightened for some reason and they're feeling the burden of it. So, you know, this can go in a multitude of ways, right? You, Cancer, are going into the deep well of your power in order to manifest the abundance and the love and the peace and the serenity that you want. And while look, the card's still from last week, we're having trouble. While you're doing it, and good for you because that's what you should be doing, this is what's going on the outside. It's a reflection of this, I think. But this little mouse has everything they need. They're going into the big journey because you are dreaming of growth, and it may be that you're some factors of growth and the things that you are experiencing, Cancer, because you're changing. I mean, you just are. I can tell by the cards. And you may be feeling that you need to be self-protective and defensive. The blade is there. Okay, fire. Look at this. Wow. So, all right, Spirit, please give us... Okay, they want that. What is that? Yeah, all right. So, Cancer, you're in a new place. You are... That's a 6. Oh, wow. You know what? Yeah, something really intense is going on. So in Celtic Wisdom Tarot, it's about standing on a new foundation. Hang on a sec. Where is it, Spirit? Yeah, it's this. Okay, so you are using these challenges to go deep into the spiritual realm and know that it's kind of it's a fertile moment. You're connecting with the guides in the spirit realm, etc., in a very sacred way. Your partner kind of trying to do the same thing, but from a perspective of lack. There's a difference in these two cards, even though they're technically the same. You know, the factors of difference within the Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck are about what is going on with your circuit of your soul. What is your soul working on? This is a little bit more about the mundane. Yes, someone's praying, please God help me. This is unfair. I don't have enough. I feel lack. You are manifesting abundance and change and taking the wisdom that comes to you from the spirit realm. So Rather than feeling lack and praying for help, what you're doing, Cancer, is going straight in to the spirit realm to stand with the energy, because you know that's how the abundance comes. And therefore, it will be a fertile moment because you're going to absorb the wisdom. It's going to bring you to a new foundation and you move forward from there. Very interesting. So, the differences between you and your partner, that's what my guides are saying. Okay? There's the difference. My guides are saying that's the difference between this and this. And if you look, thank you, Spirit. Whew, golly. If you look at the cards, you can see the difference in these two individuals and how they are attending to the tasks, and what their mindset is, and what their ability. My guides are saying weird things like the factors of their ability, stuff like that. All right. They do not have the skill set that you have, Cancer. They don't. They feel like their life is burning to the ground. Look at that. It's incredibly painful. And, hopefully, if you've decided to leave someone behind and manifest something. All right, my guys are talking about this is what you want. This is what you wish was happening. That's why you're working so hard on manifesting and you're going into the deep well, dreaming about your own growth, your destiny. And you're feeling defensive because while you're standing in this place, you're surrounded by that. And there it is. Whew, you really wish, because we see the courtship of skill, you really wish that your partner could come to a place of calm and just stand with you. That's why they're looking at each other. My guides are saying a little bit askance, like, oh my God, what are we doing? So there's a new foundation coming, and clearly factors of the tower, the changer of truth. And maybe that's what you're trying to do within yourself, within your part, for your partner maybe, is to bring the tower so that this will stop. Like when you throw a glass of water in somebody's face. My guides are saying, all right, let's see what this is. Oh God, Cancer, I'm so sorry. Look at that. Something is ending. Hopefully it's just a cycle. But given the way all these cards are, I believe that some of you are ending, perhaps not through your own choice, my guides are saying. Something's coming to an end. This is a story about star-crossed lovers. It is also the Nine of Swords. You see right there, your partner's got it. You're in the same spot. So, this is about lovers who were forbidden, so to speak. They weren't able to manage themselves, and they ran away. So my guys are focusing on that part. They ran away from the challenges rather than freeing themselves from the anxiety. My guys are talking about that kind of stuff. So, one of them was murdered, and, there's the feminine half of the equation. So there's a death process going on. You'll have to figure out how this, my guys are saying things like how this manages in your situation. I think they're talking about, just know that we're talking about energy. We're not talking about people per se. This is the energy, massive amount of anxiety while you're standing here trying to manifest something and using all your love energy. So you know what, Cancer, good for you. I know it's hard. I really do. It is the absolute correct thing to do when you're in these situations. To stand in your love energy. Just keep standing in the love energy. All right, let's grab from the runes. Okay, that's what my guides are saying. You're doing a good job of standing in the love energy and letting destiny come forward. You're just trying to let destiny come forward. It's challenging. You are feeling defensive because you're getting a lot of something from somebody else. It's interesting. A lot of fighting, a lot of bickering, a lot of unhappiness, a lot of anxiety. They just can't help themselves. They can't stop. They can't stop yet. And and maybe that's what's destroying the situation. There's a lot of negative emotional basis inside this person. All right. You'll have to write me some messages and tell me, Cancer, what's going on. Yeah. Okay. Well, gang, where shall we put it? I'm going to give this one to your partner. We'll put it right here, okay? Wherever this person is, they're struggling. You know, I think you're doing the best to love someone while they struggle in a way that's very deep. And both of you are looking at endings and radical shift and change. You're both feeling frightened. But Cancer, you have the strength. This person was successful. So I think you're making difficult decisions. And you're taking your 7 of Wands defensiveness and you're giving it to the spiritual realm. So Cancer, good for you. It's not easy. Okay, my guys are talking. Sorry. All right, let me focus on the runes. So that's the rune for separation, in case you didn't know. It's about separating pathways and sacred inheritance. You know, kind of a, yes, we acknowledge, but don't worry because it's going to be okay. So this is Othela. It is the rune for separation, retreat. 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 7 of Wands. Where is it? Yeah. Retreat. Being defensive. 7 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. So a time of separating paths. Old skins must be shed. Outmoded relationships must be discarded. When you receive this rune, a peeling away is called for. Part of the cycle of initiation, Othela is a rune of radical severance. The appropriate action here is submission, and quite possibly retreat. Knowing how and when to retreat and possessing the firmness of will to carry it out. So again, my guides are talking about the 7 of Wands. Real property is associated with Othela because it is the rune of acquisition and benefits. However, the benefits you receive, the inheritance, may be derived from something you must give up. This can be particularly demanding when what you are called upon to abandon is some aspect of your behavior, a part of your cultural inheritance. For then you must look closely at what until now you have proudly claimed as your birthright. My guys are saying entitlement. They're talking about your partner. They're way out of balance in some way. And this is the struggle that you're having. This is what you want destroyed inside the relationship. Okay, so this can be demanding when what you are called upon to abandon is some aspect of your behavior. For then you must look closely at what, until now, you have proudly claimed as your birthright. Whether it is your attachment to your position in society, to the work you do, or even to your beliefs about your own nature. The separation called for will free you to become more truly who you are. So it is your partner's internal struggle that's keeping them in bondage more than troubles between the two of you. My guys are saying, in a sense, that is the acute source. But what's happening is bringing all this stuff up to the surface. And they just don't have the capacity to do what you can do, I think. So at least in this moment, and the blade is there. Maybe you can free yourself. Maybe you can free your partner. This cycle continues from last week. Keep the faith, Cancer. Be in your power. Be in your power. Look at the spirit line, okay? Stand in your power. Put the shield on the wall. Yeah. Change the way you walk. Stay in this manifestation place and continue to use the sacred cup of love to resolve the situation with as much love and compassion as you can, whatever it's about. All right, gang. So hugs and kisses, and just really, truly big hugs from me. Have the best week you can going forward in light of this reading, and I'll look forward to being with you next week. The cycle continues, my guides are saying. And my guides are saying, you know how sometimes the darkest moment is just before the dawn? Maybe that's what's going on here. Okay? We'll see. We'll see next week what's happening. So bless all of you. You have my my heartfelt support, I guess is the right word. Yeah, all the links about me are below. I think I forgot to say all that jazz. If you want to come and have a reading, let me know. Okay, gang. Thanks.